My whole life, if you've known me, I've always wanted a large family. That's where my husband and I would disagree. I always wanted like 5, 10 kids, and he is totally satisfied with one. And so when this diagnosis was brought to me, it was like my world had been wrecked of, so you're telling me that there's a potential that I may not ever be able to carry my own. When we first were trying, and we had tried for a while now, nothing was happening, I went to the doctor. She ran a bunch of tests. All those tests came back normal. The only thing that she could think of that I could possibly have was PCOS. With PCOS, it's almost impossible for you to get pregnant on your own.
Growing up, you always hear, you get married, you have kids, you get your job, and then everything just works out. And then when you're told that it doesn't work out, like, it's a hard emotion, but for me, it was just trying to be there for her.
And she said our next step would be come in and do an ultrasound and be referred to an infertility specialist. It was shortly after that, we have something called the unusual every year at City Gate. So basically it's where you would sow a seed believing God to do something miraculous in your life. And it was actually a couple weeks before the unusual Sunday, and God spoke to me during an offering. Pastor Eric said, when you know, you sow. And the moment he said that, there was just something that just penetrated my heart. So I actually texted my husband and I said, we need to sow our unusual today. We don't need to wait. And he said, okay, let's do it. Because of COVID, I had to go to the doctor's appointment by myself. So my husband was in the parking lot waiting. So I go in, completely dreading this appointment. Did not want to go at all. And so first I had to go in and do the ultrasound first, and then I met with the doctor. Now the ultrasound tech doesn't know everything I've been going through. She's just an ultrasound tech, and I hear her chair move really quickly, and so it kind of startled me. And I opened my eyes and I'm like, is everything okay? And she's sitting up straight, and she flings the monitor around, and she said, do you realize you're 10 weeks pregnant? So I begged her to let my husband come in, begged her, but she did run and grab my purse, got him on FaceTime. It's kind of funny now you think back at it, but he's like, are you pregnant? Right now, are you pregnant?
She FaceTimes me crying, and she wonders how I'm not jarred from that. And she flips it around and looking at this black screen with this white blob on it. And I'm like, what am I looking at? And she's just crying. And
we were surrounded by so many people that lifted us up, that constantly checked in on us, that prayed for us, prayed when we couldn't pray. God really showed me in that moment what it means to have true friends and true family, and to truly rely on Him. It honestly, I still find myself pinching myself. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning and I go to get out of bed, I have to remind myself, I look down, I'm like, oh, that's right, I'm pregnant. It almost felt very surreal. So even the gender reveal, to think my husband and I were walking out to find out the gender of our child.
When we pulled that string and the blue balloons fell, I think we were just so awestruck. I remember grabbing onto a balloon and just staring at Brandy and just not believing yet again how good God is to us. It was truly something that I don't think that I'll ever be able to forget.
Same for the baby shower, to look around and see all these people that love and support us and love our son just as much as we do. I don't even know if there's truly any words to describe it. I never had heard of PCOS until I was diagnosed with it. Then I had realized how many other women actually struggle with the same thing. You're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. You are perfect in every way. God did not make a mistake when He created you. Surround yourself with people that will lift you up, that will encourage you, that will love on you. Just believe God for the impossible, because if He did it for me, He can definitely do it for you.
Maybe your situation seems hopeless. Ours was hopeless. We were literally told the chances of you guys doing this was slim to none. Even when it looks impossible, that's when God's unstoppable. And there's still sometimes that I think me and Brady look at each other and go, God, you could have dialed it back 3 notches, but had He had not done it the way that He did it, had He had not allowed my dad to flatline and be almost pronounced dead, had it not been for doctors to tell us that there's no way possible, I don't think the moments of now being able to see my dad with his grandson, it wouldn't hit the same way. It hits different when you're told it's not ever gonna work. It hits different when they say that they're dead. It hits different when they say that your situation is over before you even start. And so I think if you're out there and life is hitting you in a way, just trust and believe.
So through all the ups and downs, the highs, the lows, the valleys, the mountaintops, we are excited to introduce to you
I think to everyone out there who's ever said anything encouraging, you have no idea what that means to us.
Even if it was the simple text messages just checking in, or phone call, seeing how we're doing, stopping us and praying for us. It may have seemed small to you. You have no idea how much it meant to us and how much me personally it helped me get through each and every day. I could not have asked for better parents, better in-laws.
To have better grandparents on this planet, I don't think is possible. Don, you're gonna teach them how to fish, because I still don't know how, and my dad's gonna teach them probably how to break into abandoned buildings. I have no idea, but all I know is that he's gonna have so many adventures.
You just stuck with us through everything, and that means more than you'll ever know.
To Pastor Eric and Pastor Kim, if you guys would not have been there, I don't know where we would have been. We probably would have gave up. But your constant push, your constant reminder, your constant just being there, it's something that we'll never be able to say thank you enough for.
You truly have showed us what family means in this journey, that no matter what, you stuck by our side, no matter what, you encouraged us. Had I not been led by your leadership and seen you live out what you say, I can't say that I have the faith that I would have now.
I am most excited to be a dad just because I have such a great dad. And so now to think that I'll get to be that person in my son's life, you know how much it's gonna mean. And I just hope that I can be the small resemblance of what my dad was.
I think for me, it's just being on this journey, something that's completely new, being able to raise someone that I truly believe is going to be a world changer, and to know that I had some sort of impact on a life that can change hundreds and thousands of other lives.
Even the sleepless nights that people jokingly tell you, like, you'll never sleep again, it's like, I hope that that never wears away. The emotion that we felt when I was in the car and she was in the doctor's office of impossible becoming possible. Being able to look every single day at my son and say, you weren't supposed to be here, but God is so good. I just pray that he'll bring us back to these moments.